W-O-L-V-E-R-I-N-E-S. Wolverines, Wolverines, Wolverines.
Don't wait too long. Get it out.
Hi fans, and welcome to this WPIAL quarterfinal edition of the Woodland Hills Football Network pregame show. Last week, Woodland Hills hosted the Pine Richland Rams in the first round of the WPIAL playoffs, and after a slow start, they rolled to a 35-14 victory over Pine Richland. This week, the Wolverines travel to North Allegheny to take on the Seneca Valley Raiders in the WPIAL quarterfinals. We're going to sit down with Woodland Hills head coach George Novak to talk about last week's victory over Pine Richland, preview this week's game against the Raiders, and we'll also let you see highlights of last Friday night's game. All of that and more on the pregame show right here on the Woodland Hills Football Network.
The Wolverines entered the WPIAL playoffs as the number 4 seed in Quad A. They faced the 13th seeded Pine Richland Rams and their potentially potent offense in the first round at the Wolverina.
All right, Wolverina, put on your shouting shoes and turn it loose.
Snap a little high, Danucci will hand off, and the Wolverines make the play in the backfield. DeJon Brown. Handoff will go to the tailback, and that is actually Brendan Burnham, the ball carrier. He loses the football. It's picked up by the Wolverines, and Jihad Brown with the fumble recovery, and Brown for the second straight week with a big defensive play. Hard count. Randall off of play action, rolls to his left, steps up, throws complete to Joel Shaw, and Shaw will be forced out of bounds along the far boundary inside of Rams territory. And Randall's going to keep it on a broken play. Leaps over a Ram, and he will be spun down inside of the 45 at the 43-yard line. Handoff on the counter. Art Tompkins, first down yardage and more into open field, and he'll be brought down finally at the 31-yard line. David motions from right to left. He'll take the handoff this time on the jet sweep. Cutting it back close to first down yardage. He'll drive his way forward, carrying white jerseys with him, and that should be enough for a Woodland Hills first down. Randall, quick pass to the near side, it's complete. Chris David into open field inside of the 10, still on his feet and brought down at the 5-yard line where it'll be first and goal for Woodland Hills. And Randall's going to keep it, following Joel Shaw through a gaping hole into the end zone for a Woodland Hills touchdown. Snap a little low, and Slomka will take the handoff. He was hit 1, 2, make it 3 times. Dante Broadus in on the tackle, and also in on the stop for the Wolverines is Jordan Lee. Randall's going to keep it, countering away from the jet motion, and Randall drives his way forward. Randall off of play action, steps up, gets met initially, squeaks his way forward, dives for the first down. A pickup of 5 when the Wolverines needed 4. And it's Randall on the quarterback counter, the far side. He has some room. Squeaks past the Ram and will be spun down as he crosses the 40 to around the 42-yard line. A nice carry there by Harry Randall. Randall, hands off. Tompkins, driving his way forward, has the first down. Delay handoff. Slomka tries to drive his way forward, met about 2 yards deep in the backfield, but was able to slip his way forward back to the line of scrimmage. Danucci feels pressure, steps up, runs to the near side, and a nice open field tackle in the backfield by Mike Nash. Nash wrapped the legs and wouldn't let go, and it is a loss of 2 on the play. And Randall will follow Shaw to the far boundary. 25 to the 30, still on his feet to the 35-yard line. Randall in the pistol, looks to his right, throws to his right, complete to Dante Broadus. Broadus shimmies his way forward and brought down shy of the first down marker. Randall in the shotgun. He's going to keep it himself to the near side. First down yardage and more as he'll dive his way forward again. Superman style to the 49-yard line. Danucci, pressured, wrapped, sacked! Akira McLean with the big play defensively. Danucci back, hit, wrap, sacked again by Akira McLean, and another 10-yard loss. How about Akira McLean? End over end kick will carry to the 14-yard line. Trayvon Mathis on the return for the Wolverines, taken to the far boundary. He's got a lot of room in front of him. 35, 40, 50, 45, 40, 35, 30, 25, 20, 15, 10, 5, end zone. Trayvon Mathis with a huge kick return for a touchdown to start the second half. Randall off of play action. Steps up, throws. The pass behind the receiver, but that receiver reaches back and catches the football. And catching that football is the Wolverines' Devin Nixon. Handoff, Slomka. Met in the backfield by Deshaun Osbrooks amongst others, and Slomka nowhere to go. Dante Broadus at the bottom of the pile. Inside Carter is left in Shaw. Randall looks right the whole way, throws to the right. It is complete, and that is Trayvon Mathis on the catch along that far side. Randall hard count. Straight drop back. Looks left, right, throws right, complete to Chris David, and they'll say he catches it 1 yard past the flag for a Woodland Hills first down. Randall hard count. Straight drop back, looks left, looks back right, complete. Art Tompkins retreating, dancing, driving forward, first down yardage and more inside of Rams territory to the 49-yard line. Randall drops back, steps forward. Quarterback draw, slipping through tacklers to the near sideline inside of the 40, 35, still on his feet to the 30 and steps out of bounds at the 29-yard line. Harry Randall with patience and then elusiveness. Tompkins takes the handoff, bounces it outside, cuts it back, has a big hole, 20, 15, 10, 5, end zone, touchdown, Art Tompkins. Three receivers to the right of the formation. Randall's going to run the option. Has some room as he turns the corner, leaps over a Ram and will be brought down. A pickup of 10 for Harry Randall. He'll hand off to Art Tompkins. Tompkins bouncing off of Rams, cutting it back, 35, 30 to the 25, still on his feet and brought down at the 21-yard line. Tompkins takes the handoff, bouncing it to the outside, turns the corner, 10, 5, end zone, touchdown, Art Tompkins. A 16-yarder, and Woodland Hills is up 27-7. This time the handoff will go to Slomka, and Slomka is brought down shy of the first down marker. 87 yards receiving now for Gaston. Pass complete to the near side for Austin Gauntz, and Gauntz is brought down, a modest gain of 2. Williams motions to the right. Throw back to the near side. Complete to Gaston. And a nice open field hit by Jordan Lee. Danucci off of play action. Looks to the right, throws to the right. And Gaston has to turn into a defensive back to knock the ball away from Trayvon Mathis, who had a short interception knocked away at the last second. Danucci off of play action, straight drop back, looks to the left, has Everett open, and Everett drops the football. He got hit at the last moment by Jihad Osbrooks, and the contact may have been enough to force the ball out of Luke Everett's hand. Randall, quarterback counter, sliding forward, broke it nearly, and is finally tripped up at the 40-yard line. Hand off Tompkins. Tompkins, big hole. And he'll pick up about 7 to the 33-yard line. Randall, option, right. Tompkins, cutting it back. Has the first down inside of the 30, 25, 20, 15, 10, 5, end zone, touchdown, Woodland Hills. I haven't seen an option in years, and the Wolverines run it to perfection.
For the Wolverine touchdown.
Danucci, shotgun. Looks to his right, throws to his right, intercepted by Trayvon Mathis. Unbelievable how he broke on that football, leaped, caught it, and kept the feet in. Ball at the Woodland Hills 45. Danucci, pass to the right side, it's complete. This will be enough for a first down for Austin Gauntz. No! An open field tackle by Trayvon Mathis. Randall steps under center, takes the knee, and Woodland Hills will advance to the WPIAL quarterfinals.
With the 35-14 victory over the Rams, Woodland Hills advances to the WPIAL quarterfinals for the fourth time in 5 seasons. Art Tompkins rushed for 136 yards and 3 touchdowns in the win. Harry Randall ran for 90 yards and a touchdown while completing 8 of his 9 passes for 68 yards. And the Wolverine defense held Pine Richland to just 285 yards of offense, more than 125 yards below their season average. Woody High continues their quest for a 6th WPIAL championship as they take on the 5th-seeded Seneca Valley Raiders on Friday, November 8th at 7:30 p.m.
Hi again, fans, and welcome back to this WPIAL quarterfinal edition of the Woodland Hills Football Network pregame show. Adam Gusky here, sitting down with Woodland Hills head coach George Novak. And Coach Novak, before we talk about this week's game against Seneca Valley, let's take a look back to last Friday's victory over Pine Richland. Pretty slow start, but you got it rolling in the second half and came out with the big win.
Yeah, we thought going in that they had a very good football team. Offensively, they're one of the top offenses in the WPIAL, maybe the top in Quad A as far as putting points on the board and moving the football. And Coach Kasperowitz did a great job with his kids, and good quarterback, good scheme they had throwing the football. Every time we got them in 3rd and long, they seemed to get a first down, and they moved the ball a little bit more than we'd like the first half, but the defense kept coming up with big plays. And the offense, we moved the ball real well the first series, and then we move it, and then we'd shoot ourselves in the foot, a couple costly penalties. But made a couple adjustments at halftime, came out and played pretty good offense second half.
Before we talk about the offense, let's talk about the defense. Like you said, they put up a lot of yards, 285, but that's still 126 below their season average, so you've got to be happy with that.
I was proud of the defense. They did a great job, both halves, but the first half was unbelievable to keep them off the scoreboard because they got a lot of weapons. Big time running back, he's a big kid, runs hard. Quarterback's a Division I kid, throws the ball well. They had a couple good receivers and they had a good scheme. And yeah, to keep them out of the end zone, I give credit Coach Donofrio and the kids. Just they all played well together.
We've had a real late season emergence from Jihad Brown. He's really making a lot of plays.
Yeah, Jihad, started out the season in the rotation with the secondary, and he wasn't starting, but now he's coming alive. And with Art going to offense, gave him a spot over there on defense, and he makes a lot of plays for us.
Also on the defensive side of the football, a player that made a couple of big plays, including 2 huge sacks, was Kyra McLean.
Yeah, at the end of the half here, those were 2 huge sacks he had. He did a nice job. He moved outside and came inside the tackle and didn't give him any time to throw the ball, and made 2 big sacks for us, keeping him out of the end zone. They were in scoring position there, and those 2 big sacks took them back to the midfield, so that was 2 big plays for us.
Time to talk about the offense, and how about Art Tompkins?
Yeah, Art's our guy that comes in. He plays anywhere on the field, any skilled position, and does very well in any skilled position. He had a phenomenal night. When we were in the pistol, we had to get used to a few things as far as reading the blocks and stuff, but once he picked it up, he did a nice job cutting the football, and he got great speed.
Harry Randall also came through with 90 yards rushing, threw the ball very efficiently as well.
Yeah, Harry's, he's a playmaker. He's a guy, we got to have the ball in his hands, and he's a weapon that keeps the defenses, got to keep him honest. He can run the ball, he can throw the ball, he can run the option. He runs the counter, the stretch play very well. He can do everything. He's a great athlete.
I love that counter play you run with Harry Randall, but how about that option? We have not seen an option at Woodland Hills in a long time.
Yeah, we're looking to run it most of the time with Harry, but he got covered fast and the pitch was there, and Art did a nice job running the football once he got it there and took it in for the touchdown. That was a great play by Art and Harry.
Before we talk about the game against Seneca Valley, let's talk about the location. Any controversy that you feel about being so close to Seneca Valley at North Allegheny?
We're a 4 to 5 team. There's not a big difference in the seating. I'm sure it was tough. It was going to be 4 or 5, and there's only so many fields available, and there's fields that could hold this game. North Allegheny was one of them. We've been there before.
Well, Coach, last week you faced a very potent offense in Pine Richland. Seneca Valley, no slouches offensively either.
Yeah, it's a lot of similarities in their offense. Seneca Valley, their quarterback's the coach's son. He's another good one. He puts up a lot of points running the football and throwing it. And, he runs the ball a lot more than the Pine Richland quarterback did, so we got to be alert to that and be on him. And you know, he's a very cagey player. They have a lot of trick plays. You know, they run the option too very well. They run the reverses. They run a lot of trick plays, even on their extra point and everything else. So you got to take time out of practice just to practice against all those plays. So it's a lot of work preparing for them. Plus, they're a very good team. Looking at them defensively, they have one of the quickest defensive fronts that we'll face, and they really come off the ball well. They run to the ball well. They bring a lot of linebacker stunts too. So, you know, I think most teams are bringing a lot of linebacker stunts, and you know, our job is to pick them up. And once you pick them up, big things could happen.
Their linebacker stunts may be a little more advanced than we're used to seeing at the high school level because of one of their coaches.
Yeah, Jason Gomes, they're one of their defensive coaches, maybe their coordinator, but their kids really know how to use their hands well. The defensive linemen, they have quite a few good moves. The swim move and the rip move that we use with our defensive linemen too, but they're well trained and they come off the ball and they're aggressive.
Coach, talk about the emergence of these teams in the North Hills. I mean, obviously North Allegheny's had a big run, but now we're starting to see Pine Richland and Seneca Valley. As those places get bigger, we're starting to see better football teams.
North Allegheny is very big. Seneca Valley is very big. Pine Richland is a growing area. They got good coaching staffs, great facilities, and you know, they're very, very competitive teams.
Obviously, coaching has a lot to do with that, though, Coach, because we've seen teams with large enrollments before not be as good as these teams are in the North Hills.
Yeah, I think you got to build a program and you got to get the right guy in there to do it. You know, look at Butler, how many years they've been down, and they're one of the biggest schools in the WPIAL.
Coach, let's shift our focus away from high school football for a minute. One of our alumni, Rob Gronkowski, had a huge game. Unfortunately, it came against our Steelers.
Yeah, Rob's just a great player. He's on a great team, and you know, the Steelers battled him. It was, you know, that second half it was tough when the score was tied. I thought it was going to be down to the wire, and then we just couldn't stop them.
Coach Novak, thanks a lot for your time. Good luck this week against Seneca Valley, and we hope to talk to you again next week from the WPIAL semifinals.
Thanks, Adam.
We'll be right back with more of the pregame show after this on the Woodland Hills Football Network.
Wolverines! Let's go, bust out!
Again, fans, we thank you for joining us for this WPIAL quarterfinal edition of the Woodland Hills Football Network pregame show. If you can't make it to Wexford this Friday night, you can tune in on our flagship radio station, AM 1550 WZUM. You can catch our live stream at woodlandhillsfootballnetwork.com. Our live radio broadcast will also be available on the MSA Sports Network at msasports.net. We'll have live cable radio coverage on Monroeville Comcast Cable Channel 13, Penn Hills Comcast Cable Channel 98, and Verizon Fios Channel 37. And we will have video replays on all of our television affiliates and our YouTube channel. For everybody at the Woodland Hills Football Network, I'm Adam Gusky, and we hope to talk to you again next week from the WPIAL semifinals.
This has been a presentation of the Woodland Hills Football Network. Watch us on YouTube, like us on Facebook, follow us on Twitter, and as always, visit us at woodlandhillsfootballnetwork.com.